What began in 2005 with the opening of our unified school was more than just the opening of a building.
It was a symbol of hope in the face of devastation.
A declaration that life and learning would return to St. Bernard Parish.
Today, our school system stands as the fulfillment of that vision.
A thriving network of opportunity, guided by the unwavering belief that every child holds the power to shape the future.
We are proud of how far we've come and grateful to all who have walked this path with us.
Our story is still unfolding.
And its next chapter is being written by the students who pass through our halls.
Thinkers,
dreamers,
doers, and leaders in the making.
Together, we will keep pushing forward.
Keep dreaming boldly.
Because from small beginnings, great things grow.
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 And here in the St. Bernard Parish School District, we believe the future isn't just something we prepare for.
It's something that we create together. Storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky, and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on,
Well, good morning to everyone, and what a privilege it is to be here with you all on such an important day. You know, as I just watched that montage of experiences over our last 20 years of breakfasts, I was just struck by the unity of our community. And I was also struck when you look over here at our wonderful young people, our middle school choirs, our high school voices, some of our alumni who were here with us at prior breakfasts. That show of strength shows what a commitment everyone within this community has made. So this is today, August 29th, 2025. Marks 20 years exactly since our world was turned upside down by Hurricane Katrina. Our community lost so much: buildings, homes, businesses, and of course, every one of our schools. But we never lost each other. It is because of our combined strength, hope, and collaboration that our schools and our parish have rebuilt and are now flourishing, stronger than ever. So thank you for joining us on this 20th day of reflection as we honor our strong roots and the bright futures we are building together. It is my honor now to introduce the Vice President of the St. Bernard Parish School Board, someone who has been a part of our school system for over 40 years, as a teacher, a mother, a grandmother, and a board member, Mrs. Diana Dysart, who will lead us in the prayer and the pledge.
Thank you, Ms. Voce. Good morning, everyone, and thanks to all of you for being with us today on such a special day. Would everyone please stand at this time for today's blessing, followed by the presentation of colors and the singing of our national anthem. Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we gather this morning with grateful hearts for our school community, for the roots that have kept us grounded through life's fiercest storms, for the bright future you continue to place before us. On this 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, we remember the loss, the hardship, and the long road back. But most of all, we remember the resilience, the unity, and the love that carried us forward. We thank you for the strength of our people, the vision of our leaders, and the partnerships that have helped us rebuild and flourish. May our work always reflect love, grace, wisdom, and gratitude. We offer this prayer in your name. Amen. And now the JRTC will present the colors, followed by the singing of the national anthem by the Chalmette High Voices and the middle school choir.
stripes and bright stars, through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Order, arms. Center, please. Forward, march. Forward, march. Center, please. Column off to the right. March.
Please be seated. It is always a privilege to be surrounded by so many friends and leaders within both our local and state communities. So please stand as I recognize you this morning, and I would ask everyone to hold your applause until I can get through this very lengthy list. Our school board members this morning: Catherine Lemoyne, Diana Dysart, Joe Long, Sean Warner, Rosalind White, Millie Harris, Henry Rodriguez, Kelly Lee Bowman, and we're fortunate to have some of our former school board members with us: Mr. Cliff England, Sharon Hanzo, Henderson Lewis, Carolyn Kraft, and really a couple of people who are our executive secretaries to both the superintendent and our board: Ms. Sharon Compagna, Beryl Hargis, and Shelby Benezek. Our deputy superintendent, Ms. Mary Lumetta, and our former assistant superintendent, especially at the time of Katrina, Beverly Larson. Our parish president, Louis Pomez, and we're fortunate to have a couple of our prior parish presidents with us, Guy McGinnis and Charlie Ponstein. Our sheriff, Jimmy Pullman, our district attorney, Perry Nicosia, our clerk of court, Randy Nunez, our coroner, Gregory Fernandez, and our former coroner, who again was with us at the time of Katrina, Brian Pertusi. Our councilmen, Gillis McCloskey, Fred Everhart, Josh Moran, Patrice Cusimano, Ryan Randall, Cindy Meyer, Amanda Moniz, and some of our prior councilmen as well: Joey DeFata, Judy Hoffmeister, Michael Gennard, Mark Mederi, Wanda Alcon, Ray Loga, and Gus Reese. Our local judges are with us this morning: Jean Juneau, Kim Jones, Darren Roy, Eric Bopp, and we have a former local judge, Bob Buckley. On the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, Danny Dysart, and formerly as well, David Garbity. We are fortunate to have our Chief Justice of the Louisiana Supreme Court, who has been here every year with us and instrumental in helping us during the storm as well, Chief Justice John Weimer. Our state representative, Mike Baham, and our state senator, Joseph Bowie. And Senator Bowie, so I understand, is changing positions. He's now becoming again the chancellor of SUNO. So I'm sure, Senator, we're going to be doing a lot of cooperative educational endeavors with you in the very near future. Our superintendent, State Superintendent of Education, Cade Brumley. Our Bessie member, Sandy Holloway. We have our former U.S. Senator, who again during the storm was very instrumental in helping us to recover. And I'll never forget where we talked about, and she got one of those earmarks in the omnibus bill, $750,000 to help us with our new Cultural Arts Center, Mary Landry. We have the Executive Director of the Louisiana School Board Association, Janet Pope. The Chancellor of Nunez Community College, Tina Tinney. Our Fire Chief, Earl Borden. And we have our Justices of the Peace and Constables, Kevin Hoffman, Merritt Landry, Bo Bowman, Lester Hushin, Charles Jackson, Andrew Serkovich, Jeff Sutherland, Tamara Jones, and Tony Titon Johnson. With the LRA at the time of the storm, and a St. Bernard native, and he was instrumental in getting me appointed to a subcommittee of the LRA where we carved out $250 million for community development block grants for K-12 education. And that's how we funded some of the costs that FEMA did not cover, such as our cultural arts building and really the walkway you see connecting our 9th grade academy here and the main campus, Walter Leger. We have it's on the Southeast Louisiana Levee Authority, Tim Duty. And way in the back, I have a table of probably the most important people in our school system, the principals of all of our schools. I'd like them to stand up as well. And we're very grateful to everything you did and are doing. And actually, I'll call him our Principal Emeritus, Mr. Wayne Warner. You know, today as we reflect how far we've come, we are reminded that our progress has been possible because of the dedication of those who stand with us. And at this time, I'd like to welcome to the stage a man who continues to support us in Washington and continues to support us in our mission to provide quality public education for all of our students. Please help me welcome our U.S. Senator, Bill Cassidy. Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
Good. I'll just step to the side.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. It's a privilege to be here, and I acknowledge Senator Landrieu. We continue to work together. We work together for y'all. Now, the first time I came to this was 11 years ago, and just at that point, Doris said we are going to change this from a somber commemoration to a celebration. And that's when you first did it. And since then, that has influenced me, because when people ask me about Katrina, of course we know the tragedy. We know the families that were broken up. When I go to Tangiboho Parish, I meet people who formerly lived here. But we also know the joy. We also know that we're better. And I compare it to a jazz funeral, where they go in playing the dirge and they walk out playing when the Saints go marching in. The Saints have come marching in to St. Bernard Parish. The Saints have come marching in to build a better school system, more opportunity for young people who are achieving dreams that we can only imagine. But they are achieving. I thank you for letting me be part of this. I continue to be committed to you. Somebody could thank me for repealing weapon GPO. So for all the teachers, weapon GPO, just to say that, and just to say we'll remain standing with St. Bernard Parish as you continue to show that life is full of challenges, but if you address them head on, and maybe with a little bit of help, you can overcome those challenges and become better yet, and the Saints will go marching in. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Senator Cassidy, for those words. Now it's my privilege to introduce the president of the St. Bernard Parish School Board, who is also serving this year as the president of the statewide Louisiana School Board Association, Dr. Catherine Lemoyne.
Thank you, Ms. Voce, and good morning, everyone. 20 years ago, I returned home after Hurricane Katrina to teach while living in a teacher FEMA trailer. Like so many of you, I saw firsthand the devastation, but I also saw the determination of a community unwilling to give up on its children. Those early days were filled with long hours, big challenges, and small victories that reminded us why we came back. In the years since, I've had the privilege of watching St. Bernard Parish grow stronger than I could have ever imagined. We've rebuilt not just buildings, but a school system and a community grounded in resilience, love, and hope. I am so proud to work alongside people who have committed their lives to making this parish a better place for the children of tomorrow. Together, we've proven that strong roots truly can lead to bright futures. And today, on such an important day, and on behalf of the entire St. Bernard Parish School Board, I want to share our heartfelt gratitude with all of you who have helped us grow, our partners in this journey.
As both of our husbands are in law enforcement, we truly appreciate the importance and values of public safety.
We remain deeply grateful to those who 20 years ago stood on the front lines, saving lives, protecting families, and helping us begin again. Today, we are equally thankful for the men and women who continue to serve with courage, ensuring that our children are safe and that our community remains strong.
To our firefighters, police officers, first responders, and all who work in family services, thank you.
Your dedication protects us and also preserves the unity that makes St. Bernard such a special place to call home.
We know that safety is critical, but so too is the health and well-being of our community. Our students need a healthy body in order to nurture a healthy mind, and that balance is essential to their success. That is why we are so deeply grateful to those who bring medical services and compassionate care into our schools and classrooms each and every day.
From our hospital partners to our school-based health centers, to all of the professionals who provide wraparound services for the whole child, you have been steady, trusted partners in keeping our students and staff strong in both body and spirit.
And of course, we cannot forget the dedicated nurses and counselors who provide comfort, guidance, and support when it is needed most. Thank you all.
Ms.
Mr. Campbell and I were classroom teachers. As our schools were rebuilt, we began to dream bigger, not only of graduation, but also of what comes next, both inside and outside the classroom.
Today, our students have chances to earn college credit and explore career pathways while still in high school. Special events and programs also open their eyes to art, music, and culture beyond the classroom walls.
We are grateful to all who have created these opportunities for our students. You have helped turn their dreams into reality, and you have reminded them of the importance of keeping their feet on the ground while still reaching for the stars.
Even in our most challenging days, there were people and organizations willing to invest in our children's futures. The Merrill Foundation is one shining example. Their gift of land made it possible to build a state-of-the-art school. Their resources helped create our cultural arts theater, and their funding for scholarships has opened doors for countless students. We are also grateful for the many nonprofits and service organizations that continue to give time, talents, and resources. Their support makes field trips, special events, and student programs possible. Thank you to all who have invested in our children and our schools. Your generosity strengthens not only education, but the future of our community.
You can always bank on the support of our businesses and industry partners. From the very beginning, local businesses help supply our schools and rebuild our programs. Today, we thank you for your continuing to fuel student success. Our many extracurricular and enrichment opportunities during and after school are a testament to the generosity of you all. Businesses, large and small. St. Bernard is a small parish with a big heart, and we appreciate all of you who give so much to so many.
As educators, nothing gives us more joy than seeing our own students return to the classroom to give back to the system that has given them so much. From the very special Reflections Yearbook of 2005 to the Maroon Memories Yearbook of today, seeing these young leaders sending their own children to our schools speaks volumes about the trust and confidence they have in all the good things that take place each day. That's the biggest vote of confidence we could ever ask for, and for that, we say thank you.
Good morning. You know, when Hurricane Katrina happened, I was only a kindergartner. And at that young age, I couldn't understand the magnitude of what was going on around me. I wasn't thinking about levees or rebuilding. I was thinking about how to fit in, how to make friends, how to belong, and of course, what was for lunch. Now, as an educator myself, go Owls, I can look back and more fully appreciate all the incredible work that went into giving us the opportunity to be here this morning.
You know, yes, it's hard to believe how far we've come. You know, looking at some of those slides, I think in that first montage, if you remember, you saw a young couple holding a baby. And that young couple, the lady in that was Kelly Watson, who came through our school systems and graduated. And on the 5th anniversary, she and her husband were back holding their baby, rebuilding their lives here, and she became a teacher with us. She is now the assistant principal, and that baby now, 15 years later, is here, a student at Chalmette High School. This is what we do it for. You know, you saw many of those slides where you had the pictures of the yearbook. That yearbook in 2005, that reflections, showed them as children here in the school or teachers here in the school, and then coming back all these years later with their children and their grandchildren. That's the legacy that we have. This is what school people do. This is why we do it. And you know, thinking back to 2005, you know, it was only beginning my second year of superintendent, even though I'd been with the school system over 30 years at that time. And believe it or not, this is my 55th year here with the St. Bernard Parish school system. You know, but at that time, everything was very scary and uncertain. Every decision, every plan, every small step had to be made with care, with courage, and a lot of hope. We were learning as we went, trying to balance the immediate needs of our students and families with the long-term vision of what our schools and community could become. Some days felt overwhelming, and some days felt like tiny victories that inspired us to keep going. Through it all, one thing became clear. We were building more than schools. We were rebuilding lives, trust, and a future for the children of St. Bernard Parish. And even now, looking back on the journey, it sometimes feels like we were finding our way day by day without a real guide. You know, I wanted to shout from the rooftops and ask the powers that be, does anybody have a map?
Can we try to have an optimistic outlook? Can we lift our trust enough to see the world won't fall apart? Maybe this year we decide we're not giving up before we try. This year we'll make a new start. Another stellar conversation for the scrapbook. Another stumble as I'm reaching for the right thing to say. I'm kind of coming up empty, can't find my way to you. Does anybody have a map? Anybody maybe happen to know how the hell to do this? I don't know if you can tell, but this is me just pretending to know. So where's the map? I need a clue. 'Cause the scary truth is I'm flying blind, and I'm making this up as I go.
Another masterful attempt ends with disaster.
Or another cup of coffee to watch it all crash and burn.
It's a puzzle,
It's a maze. I try to get through it a million ways, but each day's another wrong turn. Does anybody have a map? Anybody maybe happen to know how the hell to do this? I don't know if you can tell, but this is me just pretending to know. So where's the map? I need a clue. 'Cause the scary truth is I'm flying blind, and I'm making this up as I go. Does anybody have a map? Anybody maybe happen to know how the hell to do this? I don't know if you can tell, but this is me just pretending to know. So where's the map? I need a clue. 'Cause the scary truth is I'm flying, I'm flying, I'm flying, I'm flying, I'm flying blind, and I'm making this up as I go. As I go. As I go.
And I'd like to really thank our alumni voices over here, our ladies who are now, most of whom are our teachers and have come back to sing with our choir. Those are all alumni from our schools over the last few years. You know, we realized early on there was no map. You know, you didn't go to college and take a course in construction of a school system 101 with no local tax base left, no housing to live in, no schools and buildings to teach in. So we had to take that one day at a time. And we had to take matters into our own hands, or it would not have happened. You know, to think this stunningly beautiful room that we are in now was at one time underwater. And really, a few days ago, it was our 9th grade gymnasium. So I think they've done a tremendous job in transforming it for this morning as well. So the schools, the home, and the streets of our parish, everything we knew was gone. And our lives, as well as the lives of all of our students and their families, were turned upside down. And yet, here we are. Looking back, the struggles were immense. Every day brought challenges that sometimes felt insurmountable. There were decisions we had to make without knowing if they'd work, obstacles we had to overcome without precedent, and moments when the weight of it all was almost too much to bear. But through it all, there was one constant, and that was love. Love for this community. Love for our school families. Love for the children who, even in the darkest times, gave us the reason to keep going. I was so fortunate to be surrounded by an extraordinary team of educators, leaders, and staff whose dedication never wavered. And I'm going to just take a minute. You know, there's a lot of our educators who came that first year as we grew from 334 students on that first day we opened 11 weeks after, doubled to 660 kids in a month, and ended that school year with over 2,300. You can imagine what we went through that year in providing educational services. So I'm going to call your name if you happen to be here at that time and you're in the audience with us today. Just please stand. Wayne Warner, Cookie Munt. Just hold your applause, please. I know that everybody is applauding for Wayne. He's sitting right down here. David Fernandez, Ronnie Alonzo, Brenda Brown, Beverly Larson, Leanne Harleton, Gail Hunter, Cindy Fernadovich, Sheremy Kurth, Kenny Kurth, Mary Lumetta, Betsy McCrory, Cindy England, Beryl Hargis, Shelby Harrison, Sharon Compagna, Larry Cowan, Jack Serenay, Conrad Brown, Kara Coburn, Liz DeHardy, Phyllis Dicedou, Julie Gannart, Barry Lemoyne, Jack Jackson, Henderson Lewis, Andrea Lichardi, Kelly Placia, Cindy Gabb, Angela Siebert, Charmaine Clements, Tiffany Galapion, Shelley Hilton, Donna Schultz, Janice Ciano, Debbie Siebert, Lisa Young, Kathy Barbier, Kathy Bankston, Clara Caserta, Marie Meyer, and Dennis Juneau. Please give them a big round of applause. These educators were living in these little 8x29 trailers that we brought in, trying to do their laundry every day, trying to take care of their families that were elsewhere, while we kept providing educational services for those first few hundred and then thousands of kids who came home that first year. And we could have not done this without our partnerships, support, and unwavering hope of so many wonderful people and organizations across our parish. And a few of them are here with us today, and I'm just going to mention the Merrill Foundation with Rita Gue, unbelievable, Gulf Coast Bank, Clemens Insurance, Gannart Law Firm, Chalmette Refining, Valero, the Kiwanians, the Rotarians. We've got a table full of crew boats with Pat Pesque back there. And I want to thank him because that's how I got out after the end of that first week on a crew boat up the Mississippi River and landed at the ExxonMobil dock in Baton Rouge. So I'd like to give a big round of applause for all of our community people who helped us. And there are a couple of men in the audience I just want to recognize. We have Albert Carey, who is sitting here. Albert Carey is an architect who was retired at that time, and I called him right after Katrina, and I said, Albert, you have got to come back and help us. The vultures are circling, and I need a good, honest, capable man to help us with our projects, and that was Albert Carey. So I want to thank him at this time. And Mike Lakeen, an architect firm that helped us, and they still help us to this day to design some of the most beautiful school buildings in the state of Louisiana. Thank you, Michael. And there's one other man I want to recognize who's sitting out there, Larry Gibbs. Larry, do I see you up there? Raise your hand, Larry. Larry Gibbs owns one of the big construction firms in the metro area. And after we got up and running at the Unified School and I had to go, we needed another building. So we went to one of our lesser damaged buildings, which was Andrew Jackson. It was a high school. And I said, Larry, he got the bid. I sat with him and said, you have 72 days, 72 days to renovate that school and get us back in there. And that man got up. I said, I'll do my part. I'll get you the funding. The money will flow so that you can pay your subs. But we can't be behind schedule. 72 days from the beginning of June till we were going to open that August of 2006. And that man got up with his subs, and I felt like we were at an assembly, cheerleaders, and said, this lady has no plan B. We have to make it happen. And these people worked around the clock, got us into that building. FEMA saw what we were doing. Many of those people came to help us in their off hours. Our firefighters, you know, the little guys in the parish, right? Our firefighters, our deputies, our people that were working in the parish came in their off hours and they were helping us. You know, Leanne Harleton was going to be the principal at that time. And the night before we opened, I think her husband was saying, this isn't going to work. She said, shut up and keep nailing. You know, so we were there, we were ready, and we took in 2,000 kids in that school that August. So our continued work together is the legacy that we are leaving for our next generation. You know, when I look at where we are today, at the growth, the resilience, the hope that fills our schools and our community, it is clear what made it all possible. It was love. You know, everything we did for love.
Kiss today goodbye. The sweetness and the sorrow. Wish me luck the same to you.
But I can't regret what I did for love, what I did for
Look, my eyes are dry. The gift was ours to borrow. It's as if we always knew. And I won't forget what I did for love, tomorrow. We did what we had to do. Won't forget, can't regret what I did for love. 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 What I did for love.
Go home.
No telling what, no telling when, never a dull moment. You think you know, they surprise you again, saying what they wanna.
20 years ago. Were you born 20 years ago?
No.
What do you think people who were born were doing?
Playing hopscotch.
They didn't have any YouTube or stuff like that, and they just had channels, and you would click the button to get another channel.
Well, I think dinosaurs were alive back then. Probably just played outside with their sisters and brothers. Instead of just like phones, sometimes you might see like the things where you put a quarter in at the gas station and you can call. I'm guessing it was like only some of those back then, and then they wouldn't have those smartphones. It'd be like those things that open up like that. There was new phones coming out, but they were still being made. There was this giant storm that came into this town and destroyed it and then flooded it. And it took and then after that, it took a very long time to fix up. Hurricane Katrina was a bad storm. It took a lot of houses away. All the schools and the houses were broken. Well, I know that the eating place got like the Hurricane Katrina. That's what hit. So that's what I all know about Hurricane Katrina. There was a lot of water that came into the parish. My mom used to go to this amusement park, and since Hurricane Katrina, it got rusted and broken. The community was devastated. It flooded all the way to the roof, and people had to go on top of the roof or try to swim. All the schools were lost in St. Bernard Parish. Hurricane Katrina was a big storm. It was a very big storm, and it got rid of a lot of homes. She said something about my aunt not having a wedding planned like right at that time at like this nice church and having this party, but the church got fully wiped away, so they just had a private wedding on the beach.
They're gone tomorrow, right here today. Let's hear what they have to say. Kids say.
I love being in school. I love writing. Even I love reading. Math is my favorite. I like doing math because math makes you smarter. I love math because I like doing math equations.
I love all my teachers.
All the teachers, they're fun. I like The cafeteria food, it's good.
My favorite subject is art.
Yeah, why's that?
Because I just love to paint and draw, create stuff.
I like doing math, science, and I like going to PE too. I like twirling and I doing academic games this year. That's a weird word. I like to be a student and I like everything in the school. And we get to learn new words to read. And we get to spell and learn we spell words and then if we get it wrong, then we can learn again.
All those magical things that come from the heart. You say the darndest things.
I love about how most of my family members and friends are here.
I love that we have different kinds of foods, and my favorite food is jambalaya. My favorite food is mac and cheese and also gumbo, but my favorite restaurant is called Rocky and Carlos. I love Chinese stuff, and they have a bunch of Chinese restaurants and stuff, and I like that. There's a snowball stand close by my house. Sometimes I can go to my favorite store.
What's your favorite store?
I'm gonna say Walmart.
They're gone tomorrow, right here today. Let's hear what they have to say. You say.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I don't know. What I want to be when I grow up is I want to be an artist, like my mom.
When I grow up, I want to be a YouTuber and a teacher.
Looking up to my teachers, it looks like kind of a fun job.
I want to be a cop when I grow up so I can put people in jail. I want to be a nurse when I grow up because I don't know why. I just really have this touch with hospitals and I love being in them, even though I've never been injured before.
My Nan is a nurse and she saves many lives, and I look up to her and I think it's going to be really fun. I want to be a scientist when I grow up, and I want to study space.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A teacher. I want to be a doctor.
I want to be a nurse when I grow up.
I want to be an artist. I want to be a veterinarian and a YouTube artist. I want to be a scientist and I want to study the earth. I want to be a football player when I grow up.
Oh, alright. Who do you want to play for?
The Saints.
I really want to be a teacher when I grow up.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
Oh no.
I want to be a police officer because they save the world and they help people what they need help with.
A teacher because I really like kids. I want to be a teacher. I guess a Blue Angel pilot.
Oh, okay, alright. And why is that?
Because they look cool. They do deadfalls. They do stunts. They in air shows. When I grow up, I want to be an astronaut. A police officer.
A police officer? Why is that?
Because I want to save people. I mean, there's a lot of things I like to be. I mean, an art teacher, a music teacher, a horse rider, and maybe just a regular teacher.
All those magical things that come from the heart. You say the darndest things.
Thank you.
I love you, St. Bernard Parish.
Thank you for all the builders who helped fix all those houses and schools.
Thank you.
We love you, St. Bernard.
Thank you for rebuilding our schools.
Superstar. I love my parish, St. Bernard.
Thank you.
Thank you, go Bulldogs.
Thank you.
Thank you, cafeteria ladies, for feeding me. Thank you.
Thank you for all the teachers for making me smart.
Go Vikings. Let's go honeybees. Goodbye, I guess.
When I grow up, I will be tall enough to
smart enough to answer all the questions that you need to know the answers to before you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will eat sweets every day on the way to work, and I will go to bed late every night. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will watch cartoons until my eyes go square. And I won't care, 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up, when I grow up, when I grow up, I will be strong enough to carry all the heavy things you have to haul around with you when you're a grown up. And when I grow up, when I grow up, when I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown up. And when I grow up, I will have treats every day, and I'll play with things that moms pretend that moms don't think are fun. And I will wake up, and I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will spend all day just lying in the sun. And I won't burn, 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown up. When I grow up, doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. When I grow up, just because I find myself in this story, it doesn't mean that everything is written for me. If I think the ending is fixed already, I might as well be saying I think that it's okay. And that's not right.
St. Bernard Parish Public Schools really got it right. On my first day at JF Goche, I'll never forget my music teacher, Miss Rockwell. There she is. Hey, Miss Rockwell. She gave me a rose. And in that instant, I felt seen, I felt encouraged, and I felt like I belonged. Growing up in our schools gave me the space to explore my passions and to figure out who I was. And now, as an educator myself, I see it all from a teacher's perspective. It is always, always about the kids. And just as I had the chance, the honor, to serve at this ambassador event when I was a senior at Chalmette High, today, to help represent the Owls are Christian Miller and Celine Biak.
Thank you so much to all of our performers for sharing their talents today. As we celebrate the strong roots that have brought us here and the bright futures ahead, we want to recognize the creative leaders and organizers behind today's program.
We would like to give a shout out to Sergeant Steen and the ROTC, as well as Jason Rusk and his talented music students. Special thanks goes to Mrs. Casar Tedesco and Mrs. Casar Cruz. Their CHS voices as well as the members of the District Middle School Invitational Choir, directed by Judy Rockwell, Eric Boletto, and Keenan Jaber, respectively.
And we can't forget the contributions of our CHS Voices alumni and the incredible live orchestra here with us today, as well as our dedicated tech crew behind the scenes. Mr. Abear, Ms. Acosta, Jack Jackson, Steve Vellante, and their team have done an excellent job in bringing our program to life.
Thanks also goes to our food service staff and CHS ambassadors, led by Mike Morrell and Phyllis Dysadu. And lastly, thank you to Angie Berthard, Charles Cassar, Sarah Felt, and our district maintenance staff for their dedication. Fantastic job, everyone. Thank you for sharing your time and talent with us. And in addition to incredible talent, we're lucky to have strong support from our community. Thanks to our leadership and partners, we've grown from trailers in the school parking lot at the Unified School 19 years ago to the state-of-the-art facilities and programs we have throughout the parish today.
From our ProStart management team winning first place at the National ProStart Invitational last year, to the huge turnout and success that is our annual Special Olympics, to our scholarship dollars, record-breaking Chalmette High class of 2025, we have a lot to brag about.
We celebrated 2 Student of the Year state finalists in May, Trey Myers and Rami Dowley. 3rd grade Teacher of the Year, Caroline Miller from Davies Elementary, was also recognized as a state semifinalist by the Department of Education. And we had the honor of congratulating both Questbridge and Posse scholars from Chalmette High's most recent graduating class.
Today, they're beginning new chapters at some of the nation's most prestigious universities, Yale, Dartmouth, the College of Holy Cross, and Case Western Reserve, carrying our community's pride with them every step of the way.
Not only are we supported in the classroom, we are also offered endless opportunities beyond it. Our athletic facilities at Chalmette High School rival many university campuses with football, baseball, and softball fields, a field house, batting cages, wrestling facilities, 2 fitness centers, 3 gymnasiums, and both indoor and outdoor running track. We even have an Olympic-style swimming pool, which is used throughout the year to provide swim lessons for every 2nd grader in our district.
And our quality facilities extend beyond our natatorium and athletic programs as well. Whether it's computer labs, TV studios, art and music rooms, the OWL Writing Lab, or the incredible myriad of offerings here in this very building, our Cultural Arts Center. There's something for everyone. In fact, you can see all of this and read about our journey in this year's special edition quality report on the table in front of you.
Flipping through these pages, you'll see the support that is so evident from our partners. In all the years, through all the challenges, all the successes, and all of the moments, big and small, our school system has had one constant: the support of our community. Through your generosity, our students have had countless opportunities to excel at all levels, across all subjects. And from that, we are eternally grateful. From then to now, thank you.
During Katrina, under the leadership of Fire Chief Thomas Stone, our brave firefighters and first responders risked their own lives in the service of others. For days, we rescued people from rooftops and floodwaters, bringing many of them to Chalmette High School. Today, I proudly serve as the fire chief, and our commitment to our community continues, protecting families and responding to all emergencies in the homes, on the streets, and in the schools of our beloved parish.
Sheriff Jack Stevens and our Sheriff's Office have a proud legacy of service in St. Bernard. Whether it's hurricanes, tornadoes, or other issues of public safety, our deputies bravely respond, always putting others before themselves. Today, as Sheriff, I am proud to continue that legacy and am grateful for our partnership with the school system and our resource officers that provide guidance and safety in our schools. I am proud that St. Bernard continues to be a safe place to live, work, and raise a family.
St. Bernard has a long history of quality education, but 20 years ago, our community faced incredible uncertainty. Dr. Tommy Warner and a small team of dedicated staff members rode out Hurricane Katrina on the campus of Nunez Community College to protect and preserve its resources and assets. Now, I am proud to lead the college and its almost 4,000 students, providing an array of opportunities, including aerospace, wind technology, cybersecurity, coastal studies. With an eye on the future, we continue our ongoing partnership with the St. Bernard Parish Public School System. The success of our dual enrollment and CTE programs is a tribute to this teamwork.
For the last 2 decades, the people in parish government, led by the 4 parish presidents before me, Mr. Junior Rodriguez, Craig DeFaro, Dave Peralta, and Guy McGinnis, has been an important part of St. Bernard's recovery. Our population continues to grow due to the services we provide to our residents, the great recreational activities available to our kids, and the quality of life we enjoy here in St. Bernard Parish. I love St. Bernard Parish. I am honored to be your parish president.
Mr. Jack Rowley devoted his life to protecting the people of the parish. Today, I proudly follow in his footsteps as the District Attorney of St. Bernard Parish. Our partnership with the Sheriff's Office, our school system, and other vital partners are critical to the success and safety of our community. We ensure that we uphold the law with fairness, justice, and compassion.
Thank you to Earl, Jimmy, Tina, Louie, and Perry for all the work you have done with our schools over the years. Seems like I'm the only one in the same role these last 20 years, but one thing has remained the same. Our efforts as a school system to honor our strong roots and to collaboratively create bright futures for the children of St. Bernard Parish. And speaking of collaboration, and as a way to honor our story of recovery and those who have played such a crucial role in helping us rebuild, we enlisted the talents of a pair of professional storytellers, Heath Allen and Renee Michelle, who teamed up with Penn TV to bring that story to life. So please enjoy this sneak peek of the rise of the mighty oak, Reflections, 20 years, one vision.
20 years ago, this very day, Hurricane Katrina slammed into St. Bernard Parish. The parish would have withstood the wind and rain, but the catastrophic failure of the federal flood protection brought a deadly wall of water surging down Judge Perez Drive, slamming into Katrina's storm surge, sinking everything in sight. Chalmette High School sheltered nearly 2,000 evacuees, having no idea what might lie ahead.
We were pulling people in through the windows on the second floor of Chalmette High School. We were providing a safe place for them to be as safe as they could. And then when we got out and actually saw the devastation, it was crushing.
So we were in that shelter for several days after the storm.
St. Bernard, as we knew it, was gone, and many thought gone forever. As the days unfolded, it was clear that the entire school system had been decimated, along with just about everything else. But here in the parish, the miraculous comeback began even before the water went down. Never underestimate the power of a small group of committed people to change the world.
I can remember very shortly after the storm, sitting with a group of people and pledging that the first child who returned, we would be there to provide educational services, wherever that was going to be, in whatever form that we could.
What she knew, and I learned it, is that schools are basically the first step to get families back.
The question, where to start? The proverbial blackboard had all but been erased. Outside help was already stuck in its own red tape. No help was coming.
And I said, well, no, this isn't going to work. We're going to do it ourselves.
It was kind of like the Wild West. I didn't have keys. So I went in, I was kind of by myself, and I just started kicking in doors.
I was in Baton Rouge right after the storm, and David Fernandez, who is our CFO. I said, David, let's go to the Hibernia Bank in Baton Rouge and let's see what we can find out here. What do our accounts look like? How much money do we have in cash?
We were fortunate that we did have some fund balance, some monies saved in our accounts that we could start with, because FEMA didn't start providing reimbursements till several months after the storm, and we had to start working immediately.
Doris Voce was only beginning her second year as superintendent, but already owned a wealth of knowledge and experience. On the eve of the storm, she had already made one really wise and crucial decision. George Consian ran the school system's computers.
I said, George, back up everything we have. The database, all the student database, all the student files, all the business files, all the employees' files, all of the data. Back those up.
So I backed it up Friday night. I came into the parish Saturday morning after talking to Ms. Voce and Mr. Fernandez. I came in, got the tape.
So we had our data that was up to date from that point, from up to the day of the storm.
With some money in the bank and the computer system whirring in Baton Rouge, the next logical step turned to FEMA and the federal government and get the construction ball rolling. But from the start, FEMA became the problem, not the solution.
It's a wonder we're even standing today. The FEMA folks showed up with very limited tools, no expertise at the highest levels of FEMA, an agency that wasn't prepared to respond and didn't do it well. And so we were sort of left on our own to come up with a lot of things to help.
But finding I could move much, much more quickly if we just took matters into our own hands and did it, and then fight the battle later on the reimbursement process and who was going to pay for what down the road. Otherwise, none of this would have happened.
What happened in the 77 days between Katrina and the opening day of the St. Bernard Unified School is nothing short of miraculous. People could see the work progressing, but few had any idea the monumental challenges that unfolded daily behind the scenes. Much of it was on a need-to-know basis.
In my wildest imagination, I would never have believed I'd be standing here 11 weeks later ready to accept children.
Well, 20 years later, now you need to know.
And just as we opened our unified school 11 weeks after the storm, 11 weeks from today, we will premiere the full documentary on November 14th at our Cultural Arts Center.
As students, we know that our dreams don't grow in isolation. They are rooted in the school system and the community that is poured into us. Speaking of pouring, those beautiful drink tumblers with our Strong Roots logo on your table are our gift to you, as are the commemorative gold coins being passed around by the student ambassadors. These are a literal token of our appreciation, a tangible reminder of how much we treasure you.
Because of the knowledge, guidance, and care we've been given, we have been able to dream big and blossom into who we are meant to be. And today, you see 16 young magnolia trees standing both in this room and in the lobby with us. Each tree will be planted on the grounds of our schools and properties to mark this momentous occasion, the 20th anniversary of our recovery.
May these trees stand as living reminders of the growth and resilience that defines our school system. And like these trees, we are still learning to stand taller each year, reaching higher toward the future because of the care that has sustained us.
And whether that future is as a doctor, a welder, a nurse, or a teacher, we carry those lessons forward with gratitude. Thank you for showing us what it means to plant seeds of success, nurture them with patience, and teach us how to grow our own garden.
Been a fool, and so have I, but come and be my wife, and let us try before we die to make some sense of life. We're neither pure nor wise or good. We'll do the best we know. We'll build our house and chop our wood and make our garden grow. And make our garden grow.
I thought the world was sugar cake, for so our master said. But now I teach my hands to bake our loaf, our daily bread. We're
neither pure nor wise or good. We'll do the best we know. We'll build our house and chop our wood and make our garden grow. And make our garden grow. That dreamers dream what worlds they please. Those visions can't be found. The sweetest flowers, the fairest trees are grown in solid ground. We're neither wise nor good. We'll do the best we know. We'll build our house and chop our wood and make our garden grow. And make our garden
Thank you for the last 20 years as we continue to celebrate our strong roots and bright futures.
Let's grow something extraordinary together.
Together.